It is a very weird format. Hello, everyone joining. Oh shit! Wait, I'm looking. Hold up. You're just gonna be seeing my side face the entire time, I guess. I don't know if I should like put my chat on the right side of my screen or on the left, because I'm just gonna be looking down. Maybe I can have it in two places at once. Nope, I can't. Because I want to be looking at the camera so you feel like I'm talking to you. What's up? I feel like streaming because I feel like it's the only way to force me to draw something, I guess. I don't think I'm going to get many viewers just like streaming just for like just out of nowhere. So thank you guys who joined. I'm going to stream either way just because I like talking to people. All right. So let's draw something, why don't we? I hope the stream's looking fine. Thank you, not Vannery. Thank you for liking my art. That means a lot to me. I have been doing well. I have actually just been literally doing college and I don't know. I feel like bro just came back from the Vanishing Avengers. Yeah. Fucking I got snapped out of existence, but I got brought back just randomly. They just saved the world and now I'm back. I was the half that got vanished. Alright, let's see. I just feel like drawing something chill, I guess. Let's see. Which OC do we draw? I'm also here to answer any art questions, I guess. This is just kind of like a chill stream. Something you put on in the background while you draw. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I'll be fine to answer anything while I think about what to draw. Thanks for your videos. They're inspiring. I'm glad. The girl with the red bow. I really wonder, like, what OC of mine is, like, people's favorite. I hope 2024 is treating me well. Yeah, it's been 21 days. It's been pretty chill. I just watched your anatomy tutorial and set notification to all. Good. That's the way you want to do it. Dude, I'm fucking hungry. Maybe I should have eaten something before I streamed. Where's my cursor? I gotta change the music because I want to put on some Animal Crossing music because it's pretty chill. Wait, I kind of like the New Horizons music. Give me a second. Not a long-time viewer, don't really know your OCs. You can check out a list of them on my Instagram. Tell me if you can hear the music. You probably can't. So let me turn it up a bit. I mean, maybe I'm quiet too. All of them. Do you make separate layers for line art? Like one layer for hair and then... Oh, yeah, I do actually. Because sometimes I need to erase something. And like, if you... Here, I'll show you an example actually. Let me open up a file of mine. Let's do... Man, I do not have that many drawings. I'm not going to lie. Let's do the one I was just working on. This girl's head. Let's do this girl's head. She's just a floating head. I erased the body because I didn't like it that much. I didn't like her pose, so I guess I cut her head off and then just I'm just gonna work from there. Only ever draw boys though. Oh, I was drawing right now. Anyways, as I was explaining, yes, I do keep the layers separate, as I'll show you here. Let's take away her eyes and her glasses. As you can see, one I have for the head here, or for the face, and then here I have for the hair. Because if I need to change something, like, let's say I needed to make the hair bigger. Like, I would never, like, you know, with line art, I don't like resizing it because when you resize it, the quality of it gets, like, way worse. So, like, I would never do this. But let's say an example, like, I have the hair here. So if I need to make the hair bigger because it looks bigger, like, I can do this and then just clean up the line art. Like, if anything's intersecting, I can just erase it. Because let's say I had these two merged. Like, I would have to precisely do this. Like, precisely select all of this. And then sometimes, like, stuff will still be caught. Oh, I didn't select it right. But, you know, it comes along with it. I don't like that. So, you know, for me, like, it's good to have the line art separately. So if you need to fix something individually, like, it's easier to select it. Yeah, I'm back. I think I'm streaming at probably not a good time for a lot of people. I mean, what? It's a Sunday at 3:39. I don't know where most of my audience is located. How do you go about drawing about multiple head angles? All right, so basically this is what I do. You know what? Maybe I should change the title of the video. Let's see. Let's change it to Art. Ask me anything about art. There. Let's change it to that. Maybe that'll be more of an eye catcher for people. Let's do how to style. All right. It's almost 11 p.m. for me. Goddamn. All right, maybe it was a bad time. Let's see. How do I go about? Okay, so basically what I do for head angles is I'll draw a circle, of course. Wow. Groundbreaking technology we have here. I get a circle. Let's say, like, I think about what angle I want to draw. So then I'll be like, kind of want to draw, like, maybe they're looking up. So then I make a line right here that follows the curvature of the circle. And then I'll, like, leave a line that extends down. Or, like, I'll get, like, a line that, like this kind of line that kind of, like, it kind of shows where I want the head to be tilted at. So, like, maybe I want it tilted very high up. Maybe I want it tilted pretty, like right here. If it's something, like, tilted super low, maybe, like, that. So I do this line right here. And so let's say I want it, like that, I guess. And then I'll do another line that shows, like, the eye level that I want. Around the middle of the, around the middle of the point, like right here, that's where I'll put, like, the nose. So I'll do, like, a quick nose maybe that, like, follows, like, a 90-degree with this part of the head. So I'll do, like, something like that, I guess. I'm a little rusty at drawing, forgive me. I haven't drawn, like, an actual illustration in a while. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm a little washed, as they say it. And then from there, yeah, you know. Like, okay, let's say I drew the bottom half of the nose. I'm actually, like, really badly washed. I don't know why. Oh, wait, actually, hold up. I might be cooking. Alright, let's just say that. And then, like, I'll draw the eyes, like, the top of the part of the eyes. Like that. Then I'll make her look wherever, I guess. I don't know, let's do that. And then, like, right here is where the ear should be. Of course, it's probably easier to use references. That's kind of what I do when I draw heads. I use a lot of references. Because this head anatomy is not looking so hot. But yeah. You get the gist of what I mean, though. And then we'll make it look like me. Let's see. Hope that helped. How do you get the proportions for the head and the body right? I end up drawing the head drawing the two bigger other parts of the body. Okay, so that's a very tough question to ask because the body and the head, I don't think there's a right proportion for. There's not really a good answer. Really, it's like dependent on the age of the person you're drawing, how tall they are, and like you kind of get a feel for it. I know that's really stupid to say, but let's get an example. Okay, so let's draw just the common stick guy. Let's say this is his head. All right, let's say I'm looking to draw like a young person, like 5, I guess. If you're drawing someone who's 5, their head's gonna be pretty big. So their head's pretty big. If you're looking to draw someone who's like, let's say 30, head's gonna be kind of relatively small. That's for a male. I would say like, for like a male, it's like a buff male, I'd say like that. If it's like a female, let's say of like 23, maybe like something like this. And so really you just have to kind of have a feel for it. Look at it, think about like what age you're trying to portray. Cause like, okay, let's say, and like this really matters in anime because in anime, like since kids and adults literally look the same, let's, here, let me draw an example. I'm doing something super quick here. I don't want bangs, so it's easier to grab her head. Give me a second, I'm a little washed. Let me cook real quick. Okay, something like that. And then, I don't know, let's think about what hair to give her. Okay, something like this, I guess. And then buns. Okay, that shit is really annoying me, but fuck it, let's just roll with it. I don't think I'll be able to fix the... Oh, maybe I will, okay. Alright, let's not flip it. Let's ignore that. But, okay. Let's draw that, and then let's draw her body. So, do her neck. Let's do... I don't know, let's give her... collar, I guess. Let's give her a tuxedo, why the fuck not? Tuxedo. I don't really think this is gonna help my point, but we'll see. Okay. So that you can see that's her tuxedo, so that's her lower half. Okay. So let's say I made this head bigger, okay? Alright. Oh shit. Well, okay, aside from looking pretty goofy, see this kind of looks like a kid, right? So let's say like that looks better. So I mean this looks like, let's say 7 years old. That's like 7 years old. But let's say I made her head smaller. All right. See now that, oh shit, that's maybe a little. Now this looks like, here, let's fix her neck, actually. I mean, this could still be a pretty bad neck, hold up. Alright, something like that, let's say. Alright, now that looks more like on the teenager side. Or like, I mean... I guess women stop growing when they're teenagers, so, I mean, so does everyone. So, teenager to, I don't know, teenager up is kind of like this. Let's say if, like, she's a guy. Like, pretend like she's super buff, alright? So, like, here, I'll draw her super buff, actually. Let's take off the tuxedo. I'm just gonna use this as, like, a guideline. So, like, let's say she's, like, super fucking buff. So... Gotta get that Dragon Ball. Get that Dragon Ball anatomy in. So as you can see, there's not really a good answer to how big should the head be relative to the body. It's really just like a matter of how old are they, how like what's their body type, stuff like that. All right, let's see another question. Hi, Glark Clunky. Okay, let's see. Hi, do you have any advice at all to make backgrounds for art making, blend in the background and make it look like the real? Okay, so this is relatively an easy question to answer. There's like a really easy trick to this. Here, I'll open up an example. Okay, there's a super easy technique to doing something like this. So really, you don't have to color your character specifically. Based on, okay, so as you can see here, look, it looks like my character's in like a, hold up. Have you ever thought about Okay. She looks better buff, not gonna lie. Okay, so let's say you have your character and you want to put it in the, I didn't draw the background. Okay, before anyone starts like complimenting this, I didn't draw the background. I just pulled it off of fucking Google Images. So let's say the background, you get this background, okay? And you want to put your character into that environment. So let me delete all this. So the first thing I'm going to do is pretty much get like a sample color of the background. So as you can see, it's like supposed to be pretty grayish. So, you know, I'll just take a random color. That looks pretty gray to me. Like maybe the sky right here. I'll take the sky. And I'll clip it onto my character and make it a multiplied layer. And I'll slap it over my character. Alrighty, boom. It looks like my character's in the environment. Alright, so let's say, you know, that's not enough. I don't know. I'll look for some lighting things in the background. Over here, we have some candles here. So, you know, I'll take the same orange that they are. Like, add like a little bloom effect on my character like this. So it looks like she's being hit in the back with the lighting. And then we make it... I'll play around with some settings. So add glow doesn't work. Linear light doesn't work. Maybe glow dodge. Yeah, glow dodge. Glow dodge seems pretty good. We'll make the color more orange. And then maybe like viewing. And then maybe we'll like adjust it. Maybe I should have made it a little bit smaller. So let's do that again. Maybe we'll clip it. I don't know. I don't really like clipping it, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I can do this. Oh, that would probably be easier. Just like doing that. Just like putting maybe like a gradient of the color there. Here, let's play around. Okay, so add glow. I mean, that would probably be easier. You don't have to be, you don't probably have to do something so specific like I was trying to do. But let's say you did want to add like a bloom effect. Let's see. I mean, that's pretty good, I'd say. Cox or... Okay. How do I get out of art block? I really have no solution for that because that's something like I really struggle with is art block, so I don't know. The buff girl didn't mew, that's why your hair... Oh, I get it, okay. Do you need to learn the anatomy of veins to draw them, or do artists just choose some more... I don't know. I mean, I think everyone has like different vein patterns. I mean, if everyone had the same vein pattern, you think doctors would be like better at finding them. So, I think people just really do more stylized versions of it. Let me see what the next question was. Any recommendations when starting to get into character illustration art? So I'm assuming you mean stuff like this. Let me pull up a file of mine. Okay, let's say... Okay, this is the only like really full body picture I have. I assume you mean something like this, but like more on my actual style. So, I mean, I don't really know what any recommendation. You're gonna have to be probably more specific on what you mean on any recommendations. Like, what do you specifically struggle with? Any advice related to drawing next? Okay, so let's fuck, I gotta make a face again. You know what? Nah, I got this. I already have this character. So usually, like, default, like, necks are probably, like, the same width as, like, the distance of your pupils. This is something they teach you in art school. Or not even art school. This is something they teach you in high school art. is when you're drawing people, usually their neck width, like on average, is between like the distance of their pupils. So something for this character would be like this. However, like if you feel like that's too thick, I mean, you can go like a little bit slightly inward, but that's usually like the default. I think this character's neck is a little off, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much the default. If you think that's too thick, then just try to maybe make it a little bit smaller. But yeah, that's around the normal. How can I draw background details? That's a little too vague. I would have to... How does one practice drawing the head? It just comes with experience. I guess like draw a bunch of circles, give them different angles, look up references on how specific artists like draw them. Like stuff that I usually look for when I'm drawing like a head angle is how does the artist draw the nose? Because sometimes like, you know, anime artists draw the nose draw the nose connected, but like at what angle do artists stop drawing the nose connected? Because like right here it can still be connected, like right here, and then maybe like at this point like they'll start drawing it like as its own separate thing. Fuck. Oh, thank you, Kaya, for the $1. I hope I got your name right. Kaya. Oh, yep, that's me. All right, I just looked at the fucking profile picture and just realized that's me. Oh, that was me in, like a while ago. Never mind. Let's see. Hey, do you have any advice on transitioning to digital from traditional art? I tried it, can never get used to it. I'd say try finding some... Oh, the thing didn't show up. I'd say try finding some, brushes that kind of feel good to you. Like, maybe, like... You like brushes that I'd say just get like a lot of brushes and see like what feels the most natural to you. So like maybe traditional artists are used to like a lot of pen pressure, so they'll get something like this, and then you can try to slowly transition into like brushes that feel more digital. I don't know. It's really just like, you know, you got to get used to it. It's like driving in a car and then moving to a truck. Like, you'll get used to it over time if you just keep drawing it, or, like, if you keep using it. Like, it's just muscle memory, you know? How can I get better at rendering hair? Like, what are good practices? Okay, here's, like, I'll give you a simple way of doing it. Because I would say this shading is relatively simple. And then I'll bring up my other drawing. Dude, I currently only have 3 drawings I ever show. Because, like, everything else I would consider new. Or, like, old. Sorry. So... A good practice to shading hair is, here, let's see the, let's just remove her skin color, I guess. Let's remove her eyes, too. Where'd the hair at? Hair strands. Okay, so let's start off with the base, okay? So here for the base, I didn't do anything very particular. Really what I did is I ended up like, I focused on like where the, like, okay, let's say if you had, okay, let's say you have only 2 states in your hair, okay? It's either shaded or not shaded. So like very broad shading, like kind of like how you think about self-shading. And so I think about the darkest parts of where the hair would be shaded. So like the corners, like these pockets of hair, these pockets, like down here would be shaded. This pocket of hair. This piece of hair right here is overlaying on this piece of hair, so right here, pocket of hair. This hair is back, so of course it's going to be shaded, and then the back of this hair, and then this pocket of hair. So I really think about like the like where the hair would be the darkest at, so like these parts. And then I move up to, you know, kind of adding some gradient to like my hair strands. So like I made this like a giant piece of hair strand, so like I added like a gradient. As you can see, it goes from like dark to light. So that it feels like more of an individual piece of hair rather than like a collective blob. As you can see here, it's like a collective blob. And then I add some individualism with like making these gradients of like sectioned hair. So like another gradient going from here to here, another gradient going from here to here. Back here, I don't even know what the fuck I did. I just kind of fucked around. You can see here, like, I tried making this hair like its own piece of hair. So like the hair of this shadow kind of gets like blocked by the highlight of this piece of hair. So I tried to do that. All right, let's not talk. Oh fuck, I don't even care, dude. I'm not a moderator. Yeah. So try to add some individualness of. I can't say that word anymore. But yeah, just try to section your hair off. Add some individualness by like adding these like gradients of like sectioned hair. Next thing I do. Okay, that's just a color changer, I guess. Next thing I do is I add some highlights. So, I mean, in my hair tutorial, the second one, I add like brushes of like highlights that I do. But if you want to know like how I do highlights, I don't use those brushes anymore because it's actually really easy for me to do highlights. Usually what I do is I like do something like this, and then what I'll do is like I'll section it off, and then like I'll try to like make like shapes like this. I mean, sometimes I can do it really well, sometimes I can't. I'm pretty inconsistent with how I do these, but I'll show you like the shape that I usually do. I try to go for like these kind of shapes. They're like random streak of like shapes like this. So yeah, I try to add some highlights, and then I cut off where like the hair strands end. So like as you can see, like I cut it off here. So like I erase like this part of the hair strand. Like this blue line is supposed to be me erasing. So I erase here, I erase here, I erase here, I erase here. Like where individual where individual hair strands touch each other, I usually delete like that highlight, so like they feel more separated. And to multiply layer, and then yeah, and then the next thing I do is like, so the hair feels more like hair. What I do is that I add like hair strands, so like just kind of like, you know, hair strands. So like I'll do one like in the back of the hair. As you can see, like I add hair strands in the back of the hair, and then in the front of the hair maybe I'll do like a little like a whoop kind of thing, so that the hair feels a little bit more messy. Depending on how messy I want the hair, I add more, but like since it's supposed to be relatively like a clean hairstyle, I added like kind of some, so that way you can make like the hair feel more like hair. Where the fuck was that question at? Oh, okay. How do you practice drawing if you don't know what style you want in for like body specifically? I want to draw in like anime style, but I'm not sure of style of head I want to draw. You see, I can't really answer art style questions because like I've always had like a solid vision of what I wanted to draw. I've never really felt like I've had like a struggle of thinking about like what direction I wanted to take my art in, because like I kind of clearly know like what I want. I've always kind of know what I want. I did kind of go through like an art struggle, I guess, in the middle of. Okay, here, let me bring up something old. Like I started having like an identity crisis with my art like 3 years ago. So let me bring up something. Damn, where the fuck are my files? Okay. Where is... Okay, here's this girl. I found it. Okay, so this is kind of when I kind of clearly started going through like a identity crisis with my art. Let me see if I can find something beforehand. All right, this one, I guess. This is how I used to draw before that. As you can see, you can probably guess who are like what artist I was trying to reference. Yeah, so like I didn't want to be known, like I didn't want to do that style anymore, because like people started kind of associating me more with that artist, and I didn't really want to be like shadowed by an artist. So I really had to go through like a lot of different things to. It was a really bad struggle for me to like kind of find the direction I wanted to take my art. Like I started referencing this person called like, hold on, let me go through my art references. I have a whole folder on references. You guys should do that if you don't already do that. It's pretty helpful. I don't know if I'll be able to find the artist that I used to reference. But let me try. I'm sorry for not reading the chat, by the way. But it's kind of hard for me to talk and read the chat at the same time. I won't be able to find that. It was like Haru. No, not Haru. It was like, I don't remember what the artist's name was. Maybe I'll have it in my other folder. Give me a second. Downloads 1. Maybe I'll have it in the PNGs here. The PNG sections of my downloads folder. No, I don't think I'll be able to find it. My throat's getting fucking dry, dude. Oh, it was like, I know. Whatever. I don't fucking know. I can't find it. But yeah, I referenced this one artist. Like, I forced myself to kind of like the artist and want to take my style in that direction, but like I wasn't feeling it. Oh shit! Thank you for the $5 Stone Black one. How do you balance studies versus drawings? Any advice on generating daily practice and with your program? Oh my dude, I am the worst person to ask for how do you balance studies versus drawings, because I do studies, but like, okay, so the difference between me and like a normal person trying to learn art is that I'm like, I do it for fun. I'm not, okay, obviously I'm looking to improve, but I'll only really draw when I want to. I'd never force myself to draw. So I never really draw studies because like, I feel like it's not fun to me, so I'm not gonna do it. But usually if I want to do studies, I have to have fun with it. So like the other day, I was drawing furries because like I was having fun with it, but I noticed like I started getting better at drawing furries because like I was drawing more furries because I was having fun with it. So I think like really what you have to do is you have to find a way to have fun with drawing what you're studying. Like let's say I'm drawing like a boring ass clothing study. Like, I mean, like it's kind of fucking boring like drawing something like this. I'm like, oh, I have to practice drawing folds. I try to make it fun for yourself. Like maybe I want to draw a woman who's under the ghost thing, and I'll try to make it seem like she has big titties under the clothing shit. So, you know, I'll do that. And then, you know, I'll have more fun drawing the wrinkles because I'm drawing something that I like drawing. So like try to make the studies fun for yourself. Like maybe try to integrate those studies into your drawings. So like I said here, like maybe like for Halloween, I'll draw like a big titty ghost girl. This way I can get in those studies of, you know, I need to practice like, you know, wrinkles more. And this whole drawing is just wrinkles because it's just like one, you know, it's like a blanket over a person. That way, like I'll study, you know, I'm going off on a tangent. Okay, what was the last question I was answering before I got that? Oh, you also asked, any advice on generating a daily practice? Dude, I don't practice daily. I guess like once a day, maybe like as I was saying earlier, maybe once a day, do like maybe like a small sketch, what you're feeling that day. Like, I mean, the other day I drew Rush Ram. Let me see if I can bring her up. Am I allowed to bring it? I'm probably allowed to bring it up. I mean, she's clothed. Other day, you know, where's my files at? You know, fuck it. I mean, I just drew something random. I just drew Rush Ram. Because why not? I mean, it's helping. It's like, what am I practicing on in this drawing? I'm kind of reinforcing my style. Like, okay, let's go through what I practice in this drawing. Okay, number one thing I practiced is clarity when you're drawing things that are kind of like clumped together. As you can see, like it's kind of like she's kind of visually cluttered because of like these two fur things, like this thing and this thing. It's very this thing and this thing. Like it's very easy to like Skibbity Riz Fortnite Kites. Okay, I don't know why I read that. So I'm trying to practice on pose clarity. Pose clarity is really helpful when not form, like clarity. So like. Let me bring up an example where I kind of hate the clarity of my drawing. I mean, I don't really struggle with it. It's just like, I think having pose clarity kind of helps with making more dynamic poses. Let me just draw an example. There's like an example on the internet of like a girl holding a cup. So like imagine you drew a girl holding a cup only with the silhouette. and you draw like her hand really close up and then like the cup of glass, like that's like kind of hard to picture in your head. But imagine like the arm was at least a little bit just farther away from her, so like that way you can actually kind of recognize it easier. So like pose clarity really helps with like making more interesting poses and like having it be easier to the viewer's eye with no cluster. As you can see, like, and like a very important thing, dude, what are these fucking comments? Imagine me farting on your face. Oh, dude. Okay, anyways, empty space is very important when you're coming up with poses because it makes it much more interesting to look at. So I would say like having stuff in your drawing is as important as not having stuff in your drawing. So as you can see, like right here, I have some empty space. Where the fuck is my... So like empty space right here. I'll have some empty space like right here. Empty space right here. This part's kind of weird because I didn't draw her arm. But it's really easy to like... It feels like... Okay, let's take a look at this upper half, alright? Like I could have easily like kind of fucked it up. Put like made the... Oh, I forgot. I didn't draw light over it. And made it like this. It would have looked kind of weird. And you wouldn't really understand the shape of like the hair thing. So, I mean, having that empty space kind of helps make that hair look more interesting by, you know, clearly defining the shape of it with empty space. I don't know. That was another study I was doing. Another study is kind of like shading white. I really love shading white in a cool version. So like cool meaning like blue. And I really like love that. So like I did that here, kind of like helped myself be able to color white better. I don't really usually color white easily. I don't know what else I practiced on. But I mean, mostly pose clarity is what I was kind of like practicing. So, oh, another thing I was practicing actually is, like something very important to my art style is the outline of the character should be the only thing that I draw. That's kind of like my philosophy from when it comes to my art. Another thing, this has to do with clarity too, is that the only thing I should be drawing is the outline of my my characters. So like, and like, it really depends on like, here, I'll show you. So like, let's say I draw a hair like this, okay? Something like this. I don't want to be drawing more hair inside of that hair because I feel like that really fucks up the clarity of my drawing. So if there's something I have to draw inside of like this part right here, I rather color it than draw. This also goes for clothing. Like let's say I have like a sweater. Okay, I fucked that up. Let's do something like that. I don't know, something like that. I'm not gonna... what's a better example? I don't, like, I kind of trained myself not to draw wrinkles that often that I kind of don't know how to draw wrinkles anymore. Okay, I'll just make a bullshit example even if it doesn't make sense. So I won't draw folds, so like, I won't do stuff like this. I won't do stuff like that. I rather just... Wait, what are people making a big deal out of what? Okay, I don't really know. But I won't draw the wrinkles. Why are you making fun of my nose? How do I deal with haters? Oh, sorry. I'll answer that after I focus on this. Okay, but I won't draw. Dude, I fucking lost my train of thought. I cannot look at chat for like a second before I fucking just lose my train of thought. I won't draw the wrinkles. I'd rather color it. And this was leading towards something, but I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, I remember. That's what I was practicing with this drawing, is just like being able to emphasize the outline of the art and then being able to color anything inside of it. Like I don't draw the fur right here. I'd rather color it, you know? And I feel like this kind of helps with like clarity and like the cleanliness of my drawing. But yeah. How do I deal with haters? I just ignore them. The absolute best way to deal with haters is to not listen to them. Want to know why? Because the moment you listen to them is when you like give them what they want. When I was a 15-year-old, I was a fucking edgy edgelord, all right? Dude, I would fucking troll everywhere. And so like I kind of know how like what I'm looking for when I'm hating on someone. I'm looking for a reaction. So the best way to deal with that is don't give them a reaction. Ignore them, block them, don't let them get to your head. Just delete the comment, delete whatever they say, block them, do whatever it takes for them to realize that you're not going to give them a reaction. Don't give them a reaction because that's what they're looking for. So just like ignore them, do whatever it takes. Just focus on yourself, focus on your lovers. Where did that question go? Oh, I found it. Okay. How do you draw arms? I feel pretty good with chest and I don't know. I kind of do this with my arms. Like arms, I feel like should be really expressive. So usually what I do is like, let's say that's my shoulder. Not me forgetting how to fucking draw arms the moment somebody asks me a question, dude. I'll usually like express like the curvy nature of them. So like, yeah, let me fix this a little bit. So like, I'll kind of make this like, okay, so like just to emphasize kind of like the structure of my arms, it's usually like something like that. So I like to kind of emphasize like I mean, that's kind of how they are in real life anyways. But like, that's kind of like the structure I try to go for. More subtle, but of course, because this looks more like an arm. But that's kind of like the shapes that I go for. Where was that comment at? I'm practicing anime art already like 3 months and I still bad with everything I draw eyes. Dude, 3 months isn't enough for you to get better at like everything, of course. I'd say like the best way to get better at drawing art in the beginning is just copying like your favorite anime scenes. So like, let's say there was like an SAO picture I was looking up right now. Like, you know, I'll just try to mimic, you know, that SAO drawing just to like get the feel of things. Like, of course, 3 months isn't enough time to, you know, improve at anything. Well, maybe it is, but I mean, clearly, like, not for art. Like, it took me 6 years to get me, or 7 years to get to, for me to get to where I am today, so. You know. Just, you know, copy some of your favorite anime scenes. Try to get, you know, the feel for it down. And then, like, if there's ever, like, a point where you feel like you're done improving, look at your old art. Like, sometimes I'm like, dude, I feel so stuck, you know, in my art. And then, you know, like, I'll compare two of my drawings. One new, one old. Let's see the difference. So here's that character. Let's see the other. Let's see my other fucking drawing of her. If I can find it. If I can find it. Okay. So, you know, let's compare them. This is a drawing from 2 years ago. This is a drawing from last year. Oh, that's not the drawing. It is this drawing. It's not that drawing. It is this drawing. So let's see. Oh, look. Oh, dude, where is... I'm lost. Okay. So, you know, let's compare them. Obviously, look, I got better at faces. I got better at doing mouths. I got better at doing eyes. You see these eyelashes. They used to be like, kind of like... I used to copy this. I tried copying this one style where you shade the eyelashes. And look, I didn't do it that well. But now I do. See, like... Just compare yourself with your old self, you know? You're bound to improve the more you practice something. Let's see what else. I like the collarbones more here. I feel like right here, this shading is very saturated. I don't know why I did that. So right here, you know, I tried improving on that. You know, it feels more in line with what her skin should look like. Oh, big thing. I got better at hands. Look at this fucking hand. I got better at hands. Look, the fingers aren't really that detailed. Thumb is pretty meh. But look at that improvement in a year. Because, you know, if I feel like I don't improving or I feel like I'm shit, just like see if like or compare yourself to your old self, you know? I'm trying to fucking scroll up, but I can't for some reason. physically can't draw skinny arms. Oh, that. I didn't know that was a thing. Why are we talking about viewing? Dude, what is going on? I usually struggle with line art. It's not that I can't line. It's my problem that lining sort of kills the beautiful look of sketch. Oh, that's like a very, like, that's like a thing that I struggle with too. So I'll kind of show you, like, I'll try to, like, kind of teach you what I've been learning. I'm still not perfect at line art. I still struggle with going from that sketching step to that line art step. Oh, let me catch a breather. So, let's see. So my problem is that I don't think I detail my sketches enough for me to be able to line them. So a big thing is that you want, okay, the most important thing about line art is being able to carry that, I had a word for it, but I don't remember. I have a calluses in my hand. Why? What the fuck? That's crazy. How do I explain it? Okay, I'll just make up a fucking example. Let's say you have 2 people. Or 3 people. Let's say you have 3 people. And so this guy says something. Okay, let's say this guy's speaking in English. And this guy's speaking in Spanish. And this guy is the translator. I kind of dude, I forgot where I was going with this. Fuck, dude. I have short-term memory or some shit, dude. I'm gonna make this example. It's gonna make so much sense, and then now I'm forgetting what I'm trying to prove right now. Oh, the most important step of line art is, like, being able to be this part. It's translating your sketch and then being able to carry over that same structure of that sketch. Thank you for the 10. I think those are pounds, Levy Murphy. I'll answer your question in a second. Okay, yeah. Or Levi Murphy. Levy Murphy, Levi Murphy. Those are euros? Okay, sorry, I'm American. All I know is USD. But you're trying, like, the most important part of line art is being able to carry that structure from your sketch to your line art. So the best thing you could probably do is, you know, keep refining your sketch until it basically looks like line art, like just like a little bit unrefined line art. So like, let's say I had something like this. My sketch. That's my sketch. And then I do another sketch. And then I do another sketch. Like, I know this gets annoying, but really just, like, I guess you don't have to do this for every single body part on your character. But just kind of refine it until it doesn't look that messy. Until it looks pretty clear about the direction of that body part. So, like, when you do line art, you're like, that's exactly what I want my line art to look like. Like, I can I guess to the point where you're like, I can basically see this being the line art. And then I guess that's when you're ready to line art it. So then the most tough part about line art is being able to carry that structure over. So then, just a little line art. Then when you line art it, it should be to a point where you're like, oh. So then, yeah, I know. Line art's a pain in the ass. So, I mean, like, my biggest advice for you is to just, sketch refine your sketch until it looks ready to be line art. And then you line art it. Yo, you got any tips for smaller artists trying to grow their platform? Also, maybe tips on figuring out your workflow when drawing. Workflow is something I'm still trying to improve at, because I still have the habit of having something like so unrefined and trying to go to line art from it. So let me bring up an example of maybe like a new art that I'm trying to Okay. Am I allowed to show this on YouTube? Probably not. Let me see. Okay, well. Yeah, let's just do this one. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, this drawing is not yet ready to be line art. But my dumbass will still try to line art it, even though it's clearly not ready to be line arted. I still don't know what I want this hand shape to be. I still don't know what I want the alcohol bottle to look like. Like, I still, like, this part is even weird. Like, the clothing here that I should probably kind of, like, fix. I would say these shoulders are pretty weird. But I'll still try to line art it for some reason. Here, let's go back to the old face that it was at. I think I might have deleted it. I'm not sure. Should still be here, though. Okay, this face, too. This face is clearly not, like... Okay, it looks good. But it's not what my art style looks like. It looks like kind of like a... Like, an estimate of what my art style looks like. So I have to go back and kind of draw over it and kind of refine it to fit more with my art style. So yeah, I have a really bad habit of doing that. So think about like what you're missing from your art. So like I'm missing this clear transition from the sketch to line art because I rush my drawing so bad. And try to add like a step in between. So like, let's say this is my workflow right now. My workflow is sketch, line art, and then color. And then clearly I'm having a problem in between here. So I'll add another step where maybe I refine it. So let's call it refine sketch, like my video. I also have a problem with changing my stuff too much. So like, maybe like I already lined art like all of this body, and then I like just realized to myself, I don't like this arm. So I'm gonna change it. And then that kind of like fucks up my workflow. So then I'll add another step that's like posing, or I guess I'll call it posing. That where I spend like a while coming up with a pose that I actually like and that I think is good. I'm softs. What did I do? And then the other question that you had is, any tips for smaller artists trying to grow their platform? I'd say like the biggest thing is that you really want to interact with your art community and really interact with the art community in general. You know, like comment under people's posts, comment, like talk to a lot of artists around like your skill level and around like your subscriber level. Not the other day, I chatted with a Twitter user called Drat Cravat. Very popular artist on Twitter. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'll try to talk to her because I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to like talk to more artists because I'm usually reserved when it comes to social media. So I'm like, you know, I'll try to talk to another big artist. And so I messaged her and she responded back saying that she really loved my art and that like she'd be happy to, you know, give her opinion on like a topic for like a future video. And just like that, you know, I have an art friend who loves my art, and then maybe like they'll recommend it to other people. Maybe she'll see my channel and recommend my videos to other people. And like that, I'm expanding like my viewer base. And so when you're like a small creator, it's very important to like, you know, go on Discord, talk to other artists, you know, maybe do like some collabs with them. That way, like, if somebody asks them a question that involves you, they'll recommend you or something. Any advice for someone who can't draw with pen due to deformities? I try to learn by mouth. I'm not a really big expert on like trying to help people with like you know, disabilities like get into art. I don't think I'm really the right person to ask that. Fuck, I lost where I was at. Talking about eyelashes, this guy asked me the same question twice. How do you draw faces, especially eyes on third, fourth view? I really struggle placing facial features. Really it comes down to building, or it's like, the really most important thing is doing stuff. Okay, here, I'll just show you a fucking example. Okay, let's say I do this. Something like that. When you're drawing stuff that requires symmetry, what you want to do is draw both of those things at the same time. So like, I'll draw the top of the eye, I'll draw the top of the eye, I'll draw the edge of the eye, and then the bottom of the eye. I'll draw the eyelashes, making sure that everything looks like symmetrical every step of the way through. This way, my eyes will like, oh wait, see, like there's like a little unevenness right here. You can fix that unevenness pretty easily. Okay, I would put that lower. You get what I mean though. You want to draw the eyes at the same step, so that way they look, you know, identical, and like you don't mess up on anything. So like, let's say, yeah, you get it. You have to draw the eyes at the same time. I'm just gonna start reading questions that I see, because like it's really hard for me to go back to the order I was in. It's really hard for me to read chat. Let me take a drink of something. Okay. As a stretch to your artist, I asked the God to your artist this. What do you visualize when you draw? As in your mind's eye. Honestly, I had no answer and can describe it. Want to know what you see. I think to myself, and I'm picturing something. Maybe I'm picturing like, you know, an anime scene involving my character. Maybe I'm in like visualizing an announcement of my character in like Smash Bros. And she does like an amazing fucking pose. I try to think of the personality of my character. Try to think about like what she would do if she was in an animation. Or if she was like striking a pose for like an announcement. Maybe she's a new VTuber and her illustration needs to like strike a pose. So I kind of think to myself in my head, like an animation of my character, and then based on that, you know, like I'll try to like put that pose that I picture in my head on paper. I might need another drink, dude. I have a cherry Pepsi right here, but I know for a fact it's gonna dry out my throat. But fuck it, we're balling. Oh, this tastes like shit, actually. How do you blend your colors in CSP? Every time I try to blend my colors. I think it has to, like, your colors being dull and blobby. Actually, wait. It really might have to do with your color choice, I'd say. I never really had the problem of like blending my colors and they look dull. And even if I do, it's like a... Did someone knock on my door? Oh, okay. It really has to do with my color choice, usually. Let's see. Are you left-handed or is it mirrored? It's mirrored. I'm right-handed, sorry. Let's see another question. Do you have a construction criticism towards AI art is turning into? My take is that it's not impressive to me. Maybe it's... I don't know. The feeling I get from AI art is like, let's say you're a mathematician and you're doing like you know how like, you know, mathematicians do like calculus contests. Like, let's say, I'll give you this hard-ass integral from fucking, I don't know, negative pi to like 149, I don't know. And then we're going to give you this equation. We're going to give you sine of x over fucking cosine. No, that's too easy. Let's do the logarithm of x. No, fuck it. Let's do the integral of y plus 2y x to the third with respect to dx. And then you make the student solve that. The feeling I get is like seeing a student solve it. It's like, dude, what the fuck? How do you solve something like that? And then I see a calculator do it, and I'm like, well, it's a calculator. Of course I can do it. It's like, it's more impressive seeing a person do it. Because, like, this shit is fucking hard to do. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's easy to do. I don't know. I'm not going to take my time to fucking solve it. Actually, wait, maybe it would be easy to do. Wait, because it's with respect to x, there's not really much you have to do. Just... Oh, I can't do that. Hold up. Hold up. Fuck. Dude, like... Give me 1 second. Okay. That should be right. Okay, never mind. I mean, I guess like a Calc 1 student could do this. And then you just plug in 149 to -5. Okay, but looking at me, I guess it's more impressive if I do it because I'm human. All right, like I could be making so many mistakes right now, and maybe I did. Like maybe like I took there shouldn't be a negative here, even though there should be a negative there because if you take the derivative of negative cosine x, you should get sine x. Yeah, seeing like a person do it is more impressive because then you see a calculator do it. Like let's say I plug this into like Wolfram and it solves it. Like okay, that's kind of what you're meant to do. You're meant to be perfect and be able to solve it. So like answering the original question, let me go back to it because I kind of lost my focus. I kind of just started doing a math problem. Where is that problem? Alright, where is that? My take is that it's not impressive. No, it's not impressive. I mean, you know, like, I guess, okay. So, this is really tough for me. It's really cool to have both sides of, like, an argument. Because it's cool to see, like, why people support it. And then why people don't support it. Like, I'm a computer scientist. All right, I'm majoring in computer science. And so it's interesting to see like both sides of the argument. Like I love AI. Like I think AI is really cool to solve problems. Like not the other day I was like making my own AI assistant. It's really cool that I can just like train it to take like a command that I give it and then it giving me back like what's something that I need from it without having to like program. You're kind of training it like a person. And then, like, you see the other side of it, and you're like, well, it's kind of fucked up, isn't it? Like, I was looking at a website the other day that had a bunch of databases you can train your AI models on. And one of it was literally just every single picture from Jailbrew. Like, literally it's every single fucking picture that's been posted there. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it? So, like, I'm trying to make a video that kind of looks at it, like, objectively. Like... If you were to ask me right now, like, there's not a simple solution to, you know, solving the problem that there is with AI art. But obviously, I'm on the side of artists, you know? Like, I respect artists' integrity. I don't think art is necessarily the same as, like... Because you know how in, like, a programming, like, you can share your code and then people steal it and then you don't really care because that's kind of how it is. I don't really feel like you can do that with art. And I'm trying to think about why. Like... My main problem is why do I feel this way? Because in my gut feeling, I have a gut feeling that like this isn't right, you know? Like people being able to like you know, just I don't know, like what is the problem with it? Like think about it objectively. It's people making art. Like sometimes maybe they'll use it for funny reasons, maybe they'll use it just because they want to and it looks cool. And then you have to think to yourself, why is it bad that they're doing that? And so you have to do a bunch of research, and then it's like a bunch of whys, you know? Like, obviously, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good that, you know, I think mostly my problem isn't AI art, but it's what it does to the internet. It's like shovelware, you know? It's like, I feel like I'm seeing it so much, and it's clogging up all of social media that it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I think it's cool, but it's kind of fucking up artists, you know? Like it's hurting exposure of artists. You know, it's like companies are starting to use it, which is kind of fucked, you know? And even from like a let's say you're not an artist, even from like a consumer's point of view, you know, AI art is kind of fucked. You're given like stuff that's given no effort, no care, no love, you know? You're kind of given, it's like McDonald's, like a McDonald's burger versus like a homemade burger. That homemade burger has so much effort. You put so much of your personality into it. And then a McDonald's burger is a McDonald's burger. I mean, it has no effort put into it because, you know, it's a McDonald's burger. But, you know, and it's like a weird place. It's like a weird subject. And, like, even, like, the argument that they give that, like, I saw a law pass recently where, like, I don't think companies can't use, like, intellectual property to train their models off. I feel like sharing code is more like sharing brushes. It's not like you're copying the final product with code. It's a means to an end. That makes sense. Yeah, see, like, I could see that. Like, like copying, like, a final drawing, and I could see that. Like, getting, like, putting, let's say, like, my drawing, and then, like, I don't fucking know. I was gonna make a analogy, but I forgot it. How it works. It uses other people's art as a template reference, meshes a bunch of people's arts. How I thought it works. You know, I still don't understand machine learning that well. It's kind of something that I've been researching a lot. But, what, you got a tiny mouth? Fuck my hearing. Okay. Here, let me bring up. Like, someone made a good point the other day, is that AI should be like a tool, an assistive tool for creators, you know? Something that gives you ideas, inspiration, but it should never be a means to replace the artist. That's what someone said. That makes a lot of sense to me. Like, I think AI is really good for inspiration and being able to like if you're really bad creatively, like I'm really bad creatively. I'm very bad at, like, I have the talent to draw something, but sometimes I just don't feel like my drawings are that cool. So, you know, I mean, maybe I'll prompt AI to make something, but I'm never gonna use AI to, like, kind of replace what I do, what my job is. My job is to take a plain canvas and create it into something meaningful. That's my job. So when you have like a assistive tool I don't know. You see, that's like kind of like what I'm trying to process. Like, at what point does it become bad? Like, why can't I make AI? Here, I'll bring up a piece of AI art because I was doing something with it the other day. This one. I'm not gonna give credit to who made it because, of course, like, they don't deserve credit. They're not the ones who fucking made it. It's a computer. It's like giving credit to who solved an integral, bro. Like, what the fuck? So here, I'll show you, and then I'll show you my drawing. Of course, it's a sketch. It's not gonna look as good, but you know, I was kind of doing it to prove a point. Should I be moderating chat? I feel like people are saying stuff that makes no sense. Okay, I gave their short pigtails just for right now, just to... Okay. So, here's AI art. Of course, you can probably tell because the shirt doesn't make sense. But I like the design, you know? Maybe, you know, I'm inspired by the design. I like the leather jacket. I love the crop top. You know, I love the coloring of the shirt. I like that it's black and white, and then I like the color of, you know, the text. So, here, let me bring up the coloring that I did. So, you know, I tried playing around with it. I think AI should only be used for problem solving and thinking. See, that makes sense to me. It should never replace the work that you do. Well, you see, I say that, and then like, but that's like the whole point of AI is to do the heavy lifting, kind of. Like, let's say you need to read a document, so you give it to AI and you make it read it for you, and summarize it. So, what's the difference between that and having it? Let's say like I made AI prompt this, and then I just kind of go over it with, you know, my style. I'll just go over it with my style. So you pretend I did that, and then I just came out with this. So, like, I need to think to myself, to make it, like, a compelling argument, I need to think to myself, why is it bad? I need to convince, like, my new AI art video needs to be a way to convince people and to set, like, be able to set boundaries. Like, maybe I won't be able to do that. Like, things that I've been, like, figuring out recently is that sometimes there's, like, no clear solution to anything. Well, where's her eye at? Because I know I made it on a different layer so I can, I guess I didn't. Where's her eye at, bro? Where did her eye go? There's it. I want to hear your guys' opinions, you know? Like, I mean, it's always... I made a whole, like, art community post the other day hearing people's thoughts, so I wanted to hear it. Like, if you're also, like, a computer scientist, I would also like to hear your opinions, too. Like, why do you support AI art? What, like, where should we start drawing the line of its use? There has to, like, I mean, there may not be a clear answer to it, but, why is it that we feel like it shouldn't be, like, it shouldn't be used in art? Why do we feel that way? Yeah, okay, I'll give you a thought experiment. AI is fine when it comes to writing. I don't know what writers feel about it. But like people use ChatGPT to write. People use ChatGPT to, you know, give them ideas, give them like, you know, maybe do essays for them, and they just rewrite it. Maybe that's like not accepted by colleges, but like you can't deny that you've never used ChatGPT in your life or something. So why is it that we allow that to happen? We let that happen. We let writers use AI. I don't know if they... I'm not a writer, so I don't know if they actually do. So why is it that we draw the line at, like, creative stuff? Like, dude, did you see that the voice... Or Tara Strong was against AI art, or, like, AI for voice actors, and then posted AI art? Like, that... Like, see? Like, if you're against it in one creative form, then you have to be against it in the other creative forms, like music, art, voice acting, because those are all creative stuff. So we're drawing the line at creative stuff. But why? When AI is a tool that we made to kind of lessen the burden for us, why is it that we're drawing the line at art? Like, of course, in our gut feeling, we know it's wrong, but why is it wrong? And okay, the one thing I'll say that it's really bad because it clogs up like artist like it clogs up like your feed. Let's say there's a person. Okay, so I made a video a long time ago about reposting accounts. So like art accounts that basically just repost other people's work, and how they get like more fucking recognition than the actual artist who made it. And that's because like repost accounts, all they have to do is find art that they like and then repost it. And that takes little effort than actually making the art and then posting it. And when you're an artist, maybe it'll take like months for you to post something. And then like the reposted account just has to find art that they find nice and then post it. And then they can do that every hour. And like algorithms really like it when you post not very often, but often. And so they'll push that post more. And that's what's fucked up about repost accounts is that, or like social media in general, is that they want you to post more. If you're an artist and you post something, you won't get as much recognition as the guy who's like posting every day and he's just like recopying other people's art. And that argument also goes for AI. So with AI, finish your drawing, bro, fuck you. And with AI, like you can just be constantly making a bunch of like AI stuff. And that's kind of hurting like the reach of people who actually put in the time of day to make something for their followers. And so now let me hear your... AI model should be trained on consented for material. Yeah, see, and that's the problem, because like it's easy to say that, but it really, like, think about who's really gonna consent for that. I don't really think there's, like, the only people who are really supportive of AI art is people who don't draw. And like there's like a very small minority of people who draw and support it. But so like people who are gonna consent for their art to be in AI models is 0 to none. Where's my pencil? As a writer, I have used ChatGPT. People also hate writers using it. I use it to get some basic inspo and stuff, but honestly, I wouldn't. Yeah. It's really, like, I think we should be using AI art as, like, inspiration, not a replacement for what you're doing. So, like, I shouldn't be just going over this drawing and, you know, just, like, making it look like my style. Like, that, you know, that... Ooh, wait, I kind of... Like, I shouldn't be doing this, even though right now I kind of... Wait, I might have ruined it with the eyelashes. I like her having thicker eyelashes. Yeah. So, it should be used as info, or inspo. And see, like, then you come, like, the bad actors who are using it to create actual AI stuff, and then it's also bad for artists, because then you look at artists who might draw, like, their drawings might look like AI, and then you accuse them for it, and then, like, it's a bad thing overall. Because then people start accusing others for, like, using AI, even though it might not be true, and then you get canceled for it. And then it's like, it's a shitty thing that you have to prove to other people that you don't use AI. Like, it's pretty easy. Just show them your files, but you shouldn't have to be doing that. What do you think about AI artifacts like clip, drop, relight? Basically alters your image with AI by adding light and sources, and you can move it around. You see, I don't even like that, because, like, there's no style to it, you know? Like, lighting is also a very big part of your drawing, that, like, it can, like, based on your style, the lighting could be so stylistic, and you're kind of letting a robot express that for you. And, you know, I don't like it. I personally don't like using something. I wouldn't use something like that. Yeah, I said, but it's not that hard to prove, but we shouldn't have to be proving that we don't use AI. It's kind of like, okay, this is a very, very extreme example. Very extreme, but I'm just going to say it anyways. It's like being called a groomer. It's like you being called a groomer, okay? And then, like, when people on Twitter, I don't know, like, I would say people kind of overblow how much people call other people groomers on Twitter, but I'm going to just use an example. It's like, I'm gonna call you a groomer with no evidence. And, like, it shouldn't be my job to prove my innocence when there was nothing. Yeah, I know. Hold up. Let me cook. I know I said it was an extreme example, but it shouldn't be my burden to prove my innocence when the other person doesn't have evidence for their claims. The same thing here. Like, you have no evidence that I'm using AI. I shouldn't have to prove it. It might look like it, but, you know, it kind of sucks that I have to prove that I'm not. And some people will still have that, like, feeling that maybe I am using it. So, like, I know it's an extreme then. Being called a groomer is much less, is much more serious than being called an AI artist. But, you know, it's like this guy said, I shouldn't have the burden of proof to prove myself that I'm innocent when you clearly have no evidence. You're just saying it because you think it. But you think it. That's about it. If you don't have evidence, then I shouldn't have to prove my innocence. So that's kind of like the fuck thing about AI art, is that it makes people have to prove their innocence when that shouldn't be a thing. I shouldn't be getting so many comments saying that, oh, I think you use AI. Can you prove that you don't? Like, I shouldn't have so many comments that say that. When you beat the AI art at... I don't think my art looks like AI. Like, AI has, like, a very distinct style. I'll kind of review AI art if you want me to. I mean, is anyone really interested in that? I mean, I'll talk about AI all day because, like, I find it interesting. If you guys want to talk about it, you know, I'm down to talk about it. What do you do when you draw something and it's below your usual standard for your work? I put it in a folder called failed drawings because it's not good to delete them, but I also don't like looking at them. So I just put them in a fucking folder called failed drawings and I don't like them. Yeah. Okay, you guys want to talk about it? Let's see. I'll just download, actually, maybe I already have a folder full of AI art because I've been researching. Let's do this. You know what? I'll just bring up a bunch of examples. Where did the drawing go? Oh, it's a web.p. That kind of fucking sucks. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let me close out of these drawings. There goes my math work. I'm failing class. I'm just joking. I already completed all 3 levels of calculus. Laughing to those who have to still do it. Let's get a bunch of these. That's another web.p. Okay, yeah, it's usually the lighting that gives it out. I think you're using AI. Can you preview down comments on some title? No one should be. Yeah, exactly. A while ago, someone on Twitter published an AI that copies the same as and they received a big wave of hate. They also asked for credit when posting. See, that's the good thing about like artists is that nobody likes AI art. So when somebody posts it, they kind of bully them for it. Like, okay, they shouldn't be receiving death threats, but they should also be informed that nobody likes them for using it. Like, it's also good that every time like a company uses AI art, that artists are always there to like tell them fuck you for using it. So the good thing about like if the art community is so fucked up on social media, but the one thing we all hate is AI art. So that's like good that we can agree on that. Do you often get people to critique your work when studying art? Yeah, I do. I usually do critiques like once in a blue moon. Right now I'm not. Okay, let me stop reading chat and fucking messing up my brain waves. Okay, let's go through all of these drawings. I'm gonna compare my art to them, why not? Actually, wait, I do have a good comparison because this also kind of uses the same lighting style. Okay, so one big thing about AI art is that they don't... Okay, maybe this one does. No, not... A little bit. Okay, these ones do. Okay, most AI art usually uses the strategy of like ooh, I just gave my character a mole. They usually use the strategy of adding a multiply layer. Okay, not that they're saying they're doing this, but this is kind of like what it looks like. The strategy of getting a multiply layer like this, and then like putting glow like this. AI art usually focuses more on post-process effects, if that makes sense. So like the after effects of like drawing. It's like, if you think about it, if you look at it, it's really heavily based on like those post-processing effects. Like it's more lenient on like you know, like base effects, kind of like if I take this off, kind of like that, this part. Damn, that looks really bad. Okay, I'm glad I added this. But they're more dependent on post-processing effects. I don't know about these ones. These ones aren't. She's missing a finger, is she? Oh yeah, she is. These ones aren't, but you can still tell that these are AI. Aside from the fucked up anatomy, sometimes, like, look at this hand. What is another way you can tell that it's AI? Dude, I feel like mucus coming up my throat. I'm gonna grab a drink, so be right back. I'm back from my... Alright, what's going on? Okay, let's see what you guys said. Irises tend to be kind of weird. I mean, this one looks pretty normal. Oh. I kind of see it. I don't know if it's like me trying to force myself to see it. Okay. Like, I kind of see it. I don't know if it's like... Okay. Shadows don't work. Uneven eyes. I mean, the eyes are pretty even to me. The back of the jacket doesn't show. Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't. I didn't even notice that. The elements in AR have no direction most of the time, like here. I agree with that. Like, I don't feel inspired by, like, AI art most of the time because, like, it feels directionless to me. So, like, one big thing is, like, AI hentai, you know? Like, I'm a huge person who, like, if he has to... Okay, well... I don't know if you guys agree with me or, like, agree that my art kind of represents my philosophy. But if I'm gonna sexualize something, I want it to be, like, in a more artistic way, you know? Like, I don't want it to be sexy just to be sexy. Like, I feel like... I feel like when I do that, I feel like it has to be, like, in an artistic way. You might not think about it. You might, like, look at my art and not feel that way, and that's fine. But that's kind of, like, my philosophy. But when you look at AI hentai, it's sexual just for gooning. I don't know if you know what gooners are, but, you know, like, it just feels like a gooner made it. Like, someone who just has a porn addiction. It just seems like that kind of person made it, you know? If you see, like, a sexualized woman, like, a guy took his time, or a person took their time out of their art, or, like, their day to create something, you know, artistic. They're expressing their artistic ability through this medium. But when you see like, an AI-generated AI porn, it's like a gooner made it. Like, some dude who just has a porn addiction, you know? That's kind of what I get from it. Gooning to AI is rock bottom. I guess it's the difference between, like, a person has the talent to make something like that, and it's impressive, versus it's just a guy who's masturbating all day who made it. I think that's, like, kind of... It's like the story behind art, too, that makes it so bland. Like, the story behind this drawing is, like, I don't know. Like, I took the time out of my day to make it because I think it's, like, it's beautiful to me, you know? And then this guy took the time out, like, to type in words to masturbate. And you're like, what the fuck? You know what? Let's go back to my Russian drawing, actually. Hold up. Okay, like... Wait, let me cook. You may be thinking to yourself, why did you sexualize Reshiram from Pokemon? But wait, listen to me, alright? Think about the story I'm trying to convey here. I see Reshiram as, like, a 60-year-old wise woman who's, like, wise and shit. And you're like, it's like a mentor kind of thing. And she's sassy and stuff like that. And that's what you get from this drawing. That she's wise. That she's sassy. That she's looking at you like, fuck you, I'm smarter than you. But then, like, imagine an AI did that. There's no story behind that art. The only story you got is some dude got horny and just made it. And it's kind of like, it's kind of gross. I feel, you know, I feel gross when I see it because I'm like, some person who, like, oh, nothing grosses me out more than, like, AI generation, and the fucking tits are just, like, they're not even watermelons. They're, like, fucking, like, they're yoga balls. Like, that's just disgusting to me. Like, that's, like, see, like, that's how I, like, when I think of someone who like looks at anime art and hates the way women are sexualized, I'm like, so what? And then like I see like AI generated AI art where the fucking tits are just yoga balls, and I'm like, you see, yeah, now I know where you're coming from, because that's kind of disgusting to me. So like, and like at that point, the deep meaning is some dude got horny. That's pretty much like, okay, I'll stop talking about it. But that's kind of like how like that's like the AI art that I hate the most. But yeah. So let's go back to talking about the art style of it. And yeah, AI art feels too perfect. It has no like. I wouldn't say it's perfect. I feel like a person could draw this. Like, a person could draw this. It's not... Like, what's the difference between a person drawing this and an AI drawing this? Because, like, let's say AI art gets to the point where it's like... Well, actually, maybe me saying that's just kind of redundant, because it's kind of proving what you're saying. I don't know. Like, I try forming my argument over, like, behind the fact that, let's say AI art gets to a point where it's, like, it can replicate any person's style and create anything it wants to. You got a crusty tissue and you're drawing hot... Okay. Yeah, anyways. I doubt that AI art can really replicate usual illustrations. You say that, and then at one point it's gonna happen. So let's just assume that AI will get to a point where it can basically replicate any artist's style. Do you think my art is like in a model right now? In a corny way, AI art has no life to it. Like Miyamoto Mushi, it's funny. Like usually AI artists are the only ones who can tell an illustration made by AI. Yeah, once we start normalizing AI art into products, like as a replacement, not as inspiration, is when like entertainment, like the entertainment industry, will really start to fall off. One person, like Dat Cravat, that one artist I said followed me earlier that I was really happy about, told me, like, gave me a good example. Nobody, not even Marvel fans, are liking the fucking new slop that they're producing. It feels low effort. It feels like shit. Now imagine that with everything else. Once AI art starts getting normalized, companies are gonna start firing like artists who have passion behind these projects, and they're gonna start giving us fucking slop. Like everything's gonna feel the same, like Marvel. Everything's gonna look the same, like Marvel. And even when it doesn't, like there's no thought behind it. It's just companies producing, like mass producing art, or like mass producing fucking slop. And we're gonna get tired of it. And it's gonna be like, can you just make something new, or like slow down these releases and put in effort into them? So once like AI starts getting normalized, companies will start using it. We're gonna get more shit that we don't want. And like there's gonna be less people who are passionate behind the product. It's gonna be more people who are passionate over making money. Like, you cannot tell me that AI artists have passion over typing in words. Like, that's not passion. That's like seeing, like, it's like just seeing what you want. Yeah, it makes people lazy. AI doesn't care about the artist or of any its meaning went into it. It's only about money, money gooning and making something that looks good, sure, but it has no substance. Yeah, it has no substance. That's a good way of saying it. Like studios copying into the Spider-Verse now. I mean, AI art isn't really something that's new. Humans have always been replaced by machines because it costs less. It's no different than farmers or carpenters because their jobs. Yeah, see, that's also like kind of the argument that I'm thinking in my head. Like, this has always happened in history. So, what's going to happen in the future then? Because it's clear that, you know, humans are always getting replaced by machines. So what does this mean for the future? Like, are artists really going to be able to stop AI art from taking over? Because farmers couldn't, you know, prevent, like, machines from taking over, you know, like, picking the crops, like the corn and stuff. They couldn't prevent that from being taken over by machines. Oh, kicked my back. That felt nice. Most arguments against AI focus on practicality, but AI will eventually be better than human art invention. That's, you see, that's what I said. I said, kind of pretend the argument is that AI is already like replicating like perfectly, because like we can assume that it will get to that point where it can replicate any artist perfectly. So then the argument has to be against it that, like, I don't know. It's gonna be an AI art gooning dystopia. Like, I can't assume in my argument that everything will be this, like, everything will feel the same in AI art, because maybe AI will be able to, you know, create things that don't feel the same. You know, it's just a hard argument to go against. The people who always somewhat compared with machine/AI were artists. There was a crisis for artists when cameras were invented. They had to adapt. Wait, really? I didn't know that, actually. Oh, well, that would make sense. Like, imagine being Leonardo da Vinci. I actually don't know when Da Vinci lived because I'm not that well with history. But yeah, imagine, like, being able to draw realism and then cameras get invented. So how can we adapt? Because obviously Da Vinci adapted by... Actually, I still don't even know if Da Vinci fucking adapted, but I think he died. Yeah, I gotta put on some new fucking music. Let's see. New Horizons isn't filling the void left in my heart. Is Stardew Valley music? Well, maybe Undertale music's fine. Undertale music compilation. Oh, this is upbeat. I want something just kind of relaxing. Oh, I kind of... Okay, I like that. I like Stoned. Da Vinci turned himself into a USB adapter. There are too many people and artists fighting so that AI can't take over. Don't underestimate the power. I mean, I don't know. Well, when has companies ever cared about what people... I mean, the writer's strike. I can't... Writer's strike did happen. A lot of people were... I mean, they did change based on it. I don't know, though, because, look, Palworld, well, they don't use AI. I'm sorry. I think the argument over Palworld is... Okay, I think it was the CEO that supported AI in Palworld. So, like, people didn't want to support Palworld because the CEO supported NFTs and AI art. But I don't think the characters were AI generated. I think they were just really heavily referenced. And by heavily, I mean, like, super heavily. Oh my god, my hair looks like shit. I gotta keep my hood up. I still value when people put time and effort and skill into art more than I find it more impressive than when an AI does. Of course, and it's always going to be that way. Like I said earlier, it's like a person doing a complicated math problem versus a computer. NFTs didn't survive. Like, when's the last time you heard someone talk about an NFT? Like, Twitter literally took off their NFT functionality after supporting it for like a year because it died. Nobody cared about it. So maybe. Hair reveal? Yeah. I'm against many inventions and technologies on the same basis. I'm against it goes against human nature. Every argument. What do you mean? Every argument sounds like cope. Can you kind of like, tell me what you feel like mean by that? I'm kind of interested, because I do feel that way. I feel like a lot of arguments are like kind of. A lot of arguments I've seen doesn't really make sense, which is why like. It's really important. Like why it's like really important to me that I don't know. I want to hear your opinion on it. That being said, the day AI becomes sentient, then it could be art, but honestly, not really currently art, because why do AI make art expensive in segments? If AI, dude, I'm sorry, but if AI starts becoming like we start having AI people, bro, it's over, bro. Dude, that kind of sounds like robotist. Like, AI, like robots aren't people. Detroit become humor? Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Let's talk about something else about AI. What else is there? I don't think there's much to talk about. I think just the main thing is that, like, you know, once we start normalizing it, you know, yeah, once we start normalizing it, it's just gonna fuck artists over. Well, of course, that's like the whole point. There's already AI generated people. Yeah, I saw that. Was it difficult to become an art YouTuber? Is it something that is possible with a full-time job? I don't know. I post like every 3 months, so I don't think it's okay to become a very popular art YouTuber. I think it is pretty hard. Some people say it doesn't take luck, but I feel like I was lucky. Maybe I did something right on accident. I don't know. But a lot of like a lot of big YouTubers say that it involves skill, but it's easy to say that when you're already at that level. To me, I feel like I got lucky. Maybe I got lucky because I did the right stuff on accident, but who knows? No, the last drawing... Well, the last drawing was technically a year ago because it was December last year that I posted it. Show us Rushroom again? No. Right now, it's freelancers that get fucked over by AI. Really, industries and companies wouldn't use it for copyright reasons or reputation. Yeah. Well, companies have been using it. Marvel used it for, like, their Loki intro or something. What was the other thing I was gonna say? I can see that freelancers get fucked over it. But, I mean, like, if you're, like, the Wonder Bread guy, you'll always commission people to shop for Wonder Bread. Thing is with AI is you won't always get what you ask for, whereas a human is more reliable in getting something right. That is true, too. But, I mean, like, NVIDIA did this thing where, like, you can draw, like, a landscape, and then, like, it'll make, like, a background for you. I don't know, maybe one day it'll be like that, where you just give it, like, you show it something close to what you want, and then it'll draw it for you. That's also fucked. Like, imagine, like, I do this. Let's say, alright AI, draw me this. And then let's just say, I don't know, this is like the hair or something. And then this is a clothing item. And then, like, I give it something like that, and then it's just gonna do that for me. What if I give it Wonder Bread? Thought it was a cock? Alright, thank you. Oh, here. Most arguments against AI are based on the expectation that the technology will stop progressing on the rate. And right now, that's such a cope to me. That's what, yeah, that's also, I also agree with that. Like AI art will never be creative. But what happens when it does get to that point that it is? Because obviously, let's not deny the fact that maybe AI will start, like, producing shit on this level. Like, what happens then? Like, we're saying right now that AI art won't, or like right now it doesn't, but one day it will get to that point. Yeah, I saw the Wacom controversy where it's like they used an AI dragon and somehow they didn't know that they were doing that. And it's funny because it's kind of shooting themselves in the foot because, like, they're a drawing tablet company. Like if people start getting into AI art, they're just gonna not buy your products and just start typing in words. How long does it take to finish a piece? Most of the time I spend making a piece is, like, thinking and refixing shit. So I'd say, like, 15 hours. I don't know. I feel like the only way to actually prevent, you know, like, this AI art stuff is to start putting in more regulations, which I know, like, I'm pretty sure people... I don't know. I know people have a problem with the government. I'm not that too involved with politics, but I know, like, government intervention is, like, a thing people don't like. I don't know what side that is, whether that's the liberal side or the leftist side or the right side. People don't like government intervention that much. I don't remember what side that is, so if someone more smart than me and more involved in the politics can tell me. I know that most, like, a lot of artists, I would say, are more on the left side of things. So I don't know whether the left side wants government intervention or not, and what that would mean for, like, people in general. Who knows? I think it's very, like, I think social media should start regulating AI content. Like, YouTube made it so that you have to disclose if something is AI generated. And I think, like, if you make something that's AI generated, it should be, like, demoted by the platform. Like, decentivized, basically. I think AI generated content should be decentivized. Right is less gov, left is more gov. They both want governments, but less are more strict. Oh. Okay, thank you. But why do we have to choose? What the fuck is wrong with America? I agree with that, bro. I don't know. That's why I don't want to identify with myself, like, on either side, because I have opinions that might not correspond to either side. Like, sometimes I agree with one side, other times I agree for the other side. And, like, I think being closed-minded to one side really hurts what's best for people. Like, okay, people always make fun of centrists because centrists are like, why can't we have both things? Like, on one side we have killing babies, or sorry, I'm not gonna get into abortion. I didn't mean to bring that up. I mean killing people in general. Like, there was like this one meme that's like, let's kill people. Let's kill people if they're deemed unworthy. So kill people. And then the other side's like, don't kill people. And then in the middle, like, centrists, people always, like, show centrist. I don't know, like, other centrists, but this is just my opinion. People always show like, centrists as, let's say, why don't we kill 50% of people? That way both sides are happy. But like, no, that's not how it is. It's just like, you just support what group you think is more right. So, like, obviously don't fucking kill people. But maybe then there's, like, another argument that's like, let's, I don't know, cut off people's feet. Why not? Cut people's feet. Don't cut people's feet. And then, like, so, like, let's say this is right, this is left. Like, you shouldn't have to pick one or the other. Like, oh, I want to be a well, you don't usually get to choose what you are. You just kind of, I mean, I guess in a way you do, but usually it's more of, like, your conscious morals, I guess. Do you really pick your morals? Who knows? But you shouldn't have to identify with one side because they have something you heavily, like, agree with. So, like, you heavily agree. You care more about killing people than cutting people's feet off, but that shouldn't mean that you also have to support this. Like, you should be able to support what you think is right. So, oh shit, wait, I just did the opposite. Wait, I just did the fucking opposite. Let's say you agree with not killing people. But that shouldn't mean that you have to agree with cutting people's feet. That should, like, you should be able to pick whatever you agree with. So, like, don't cut people's feet and don't kill people. You shouldn't have to also have to do this because people on this side, like, a bunch of people who identify on this side say that if you don't agree with this, then you're this. So that's kind of fucked up, you know? Like, that, like, I don't think, like, being a centrist necessarily means cut 50% of people's feet or kill 50% of people. It really just means that maybe you agree with one ideology, so, like, we don't kill people, but you also agree with this side where you don't cut people's feet. Hi, Skynix. You're in my rant. I started ranting about AI and now I'm ranting about politics. This is a wild stream, you know. I could rant all day about anything. Someone said to take the good and leave the bad, which is the greatest sentence of all time. Yeah. Where are we going with this? I'm confused. You know what, dude? I'm just like a fucking stringing out like shit together. My streams are just a stream you leave in the background to hear someone speak. Like, you know how people like make fun of Critical? Like, the only reason I like Critical is because he's kind of that person I like to listen to because he talks about like stupid shit. Like, people are like, how do people eat him up? All he does is go on the camera, talk about some dumb shit like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, this is the pooping ash drama. So yeah, this guy took a shit on some guy's lawn. And, you know, I kind of like that because, like, if I have nothing to listen to, it's kind of like a podcast. Like, he's a podcast to me. Like, I put him in the background just because I like him, hearing him talk about shit, you know? And that's kind of like what the stream is. It's hearing some guy talk about shit, and you're like, yeah, I agree with that, you know? I like talking. The problem with most centrists is that they often lose track of the actual values that are promoted by different positions and end up contradicting themselves. I can see that. So, like, yeah, like, well, I don't know. Oh, I won't make an example because I don't fucking know. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. So, like, the thing with, like, the 50-50%, hold up. Like, kill 50% of people. So, like, that doesn't make sense because killing 50% of people is still killing people, yet you say that you don't want to kill people. So, I can see, like, they often do contradict themselves. I can see that. No more feet examples? My bad, bro. Dude, my brush is... I'm still fucking... Dude, if you could take the time to go back in any one of my videos, I literally talk about what brushes I use in every single fucking one of my videos, bro. It does not take that long to go to one of them and just look at it. Alright, my bad. Strange how artists existed thousands and... Alright, you got it. Alright, it just pissed me off that you said he's still yapping, bro. Like, I mean, if I'm not answering your question, just look at one of my videos to see if it answers anything. I even have a whole video on brush tutorial. If I'm not answering your question, just check to see if I have something that says it. Alright. What do you guys want to talk about now? I went from AI art to politics. I don't know what you guys are craving to listen to now. I'll be like Moist Critical. You guys just fucking say something that I should talk about and I'll talk about it. Do you have a good understanding of layer modes? You see? I have another... That's why it's really good to look at what videos I have because I literally have another video that talks about that. Hold up, I turned off the Undertale music on accident. First, you ask for brushes. I have a video called What Brushes Do I Need for Clip Studio Paint? Then you ask for layer modes, and then I have Introduction to Layer Effects. So just check out those videos, and both your questions are answered. How do I draw with one hand? I don't even know what you mean by that. How long into your art journey did it take? How long into your art journey did it take to figure drawing to click with you? I've been having a hard time doing gestures and drawing figures without copying books. I mean, it's been 7 years, and sometimes I still don't feel confident with myself. So you know, take what you will with that. Can you help with foreshortening, please? All right, so foreshortening, I kind of realized is like you really need to exaggerate like the size of your stuff and the shape of your stuff. Hold up, I don't like this song. Let me put on a new playlist or something. Actually, kind of... Oh, I'll do, like, Pokemon music. Okay, so, like... Let's say you want to do something like this. That's like a hand right there. I might not be drawing this well because fucking I don't know anatomy that well. And then these fingers go into the something like that. But you just kind of gotta exaggerate like the shapes of the parts of your hands and the size of like every individual part of the body part. I don't know. I'm not very good at teaching foreshortening, to be honest, because I still don't really have like a technique that I use. I just kind of, you know, if it looks good in my head. Okay, before I make a tutorial, I always think to myself, like, how can I explain this? And then I'll come up with like I'll think to myself, why do I do it this way? And then I'll be able to make a tutorial out of that. Since I never really thought about making a tutorial on foreshortening, I don't really know the techniques I use. I just kind of do it and it looks good. Please do an anatomy tutorial because what I've seen you've only done tutorial on posing, so please do. I've done one on anatomy. I like not specific. Oh, I did one on proportions, not anatomy in general. I'm not really confident on my anatomy enough to like teach it, so that's why I don't do that. Have you ever tried 3D modeling? No, I never. I'm not really interested in it. What do you usually use for references right now? I usually just use like a bunch of artists that I like. Here, I'll bring one up that I really like. I always bring this person up when talking about anything. I really like this artist, and I'll bring up one of her drawings. Like, okay, so when I bring it up, you might think to yourself, wow, your art really... Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's kind of sounding narcissistic. You might see a lot of similarities of our art style. Where the fuck is the drawing that I like? If only I could find the drawing that I like. Oh, here it is. Okay. That I like this person. You might see a lot of similarities. That's because like this is really the only artist that I've been referencing because it's the only artist that I like at the moment. A really big thing with me is that my art style changes based on who my favorite artist is. So like, currently this artist... Oh, wait, maybe I should fucking write her name. Or their name. Okay, that's their name. But yeah, they're my favorite artists. I love the way they shade. I love the way they do anatomy. And a problem that I'm having right now is that I should probably find another artist to reference so that I don't end up just becoming a copy, like a cookie cutter version of this person. So that's kind of the problem I'm having right now. I hope that you guys don't think my art looks like a cookie cutter paste of it, but if you guys do think so, then that's probably my fucking fault. You got doctor writing, bro? Dude, it's not easy drawing on or writing on a fucking tablet because of the stabilization. Yeah. And it took me like, I don't know, 15 hours, I think. I'm glad that no matter what my art style is, the only reason like me is because I can teach them how to draw. That's like a guarantee that people will like me no matter like what I draw. He's like, even if I look like this person doesn't teach how they draw, but I do. That's why you come to me. Like this person might draw, they do draw better than me, not might. This person draws better than me, and I might, maybe my art looks too much like theirs. But at least people come to me for art advice. Because this person doesn't do that, but I do. So that's why you come to me. Will this stream be archived? Nope. Any tips for posting art on social media, man? Not really. I found like the least success posting my art on social media. I found more success posting videos. So I don't really have any advice. My advice is like join art discords and try to like, I don't want to sound like a business person, but try networking. Like networking is very important to increase your exposure. So yeah, try to try to talk to artists who are around your skill level, who are around your follower level. Those will be the most likely to follow you back and help you. Yeah. I usually don't spend days drawing. I usually like draw like maybe once a fucking week, and I spend all day drawing. Do you suffer from the drawing the other eye crisis? Nope. Because what I do is I draw both eyes at the same time. I already covered this earlier, so I'm not going to go too deep in it. Basically, just draw both eyes at the same time. That way you will never struggle with drawing the other eye crisis ever again. Do you consider ever having a real job? Excuse me, mister, being a YouTuber is a real job. I'm just joking. If I took it seriously, it would be a real job, which I want to this year. So, I don't know. Maybe look out for new videos. But if you mean like a real job, like not social media, probably when I graduate college, yes, I want a real job. But right now, like I don't work at like a store or a fast food place or anything. Any tips on how to overcome same face syndrome? Use different shapes for your characters, like maybe their eyes. Like maybe use that for an eye. Use this for an eye. Use that for an eye. Use this for an eye. Use different kinds of noses, so like maybe like that, this, that. Different head shapes, of course. Like if you're drawing males, like this. Females are kind of harder. There's really only two that I could probably use for females. It's like more of like that kind of female head. Or like a this. So like one's more anime and the other one's more realistic because it has like this kind of protruding eye thing. Just curious, since I've been asked this over the name I use online, why do you decide to name your channel Subnormal Artist? I think I've answered it. I created my Subnormal Artist account like 6 years ago, maybe 7. I don't remember. Literally, when I was thinking about what name to use, I didn't think about that until the last second. So I just kind of chose Subnormal Artist because I don't fucking know. I'm Subnormal Artist, I don't know. But I'm glad I stuck with the name because like my name is kind of, it helps with like, I don't want to use the word branding because then I sound like a fucking company, but it helps with branding, you know, like Subnormal Artist. Like who else is called that? No one. Like who has that kind of name format? No one. Well, some ordinary gamers has that format, but I mean, most people who watch me I don't think watch him. Because he does like more computer science stuff, and I do art, so, and I'm just a normal artist, so, I mean, it's also very iconic, like it's easy to remember, like that one artist, Uji Ushiberry, like you're probably gonna go away from the stream not remembering this name, but my name, Some Normal Artist, is gonna be like, oh shit, what's his name again? Some Normal Artist. It's 3 fucking words. 3 words you already know. Thank you for the 10 pounds, LSF. Thanks for your videos. You have been a huge influential on my own art journey. Glad to see you live. I didn't know you stream. I don't stream. That's the thing. You're lucky. But I'm glad. I always love hearing people say that like I was able to influence them. From when I was really little, like my whole dream was to have like an influence on people and to like be able to do that even if I can't see it, as long as I know it, I guess. Like it's sad, like, so I like to Google my own name a lot to see like what people are saying about me, but I always see the same results. But I kind of feel like out of 7 million people who see my shit, I feel like I should be like, I don't know if it's like a, like, I'm not trying to be narcissistic, but it's obvious that more people are talking about me than what I see on, like, Google Engine. And I wish, like, I could see, like, those positive comments, you know? Like, not to fuel my, like, no, fuck you. It's not ego searching. I knew someone was going to say that. It's not ego searching. But I love, okay, maybe, I don't know. I love to know that, like, I had like an influence on people of a perfect song emotion while talking about this. But it's not fucking ego searching. But like I love to help people, you know? Like to know that I was able to help people brings me happiness, you know? Like I don't have to be the perfect artist, but as long as I'm able to help people, you know, get a foot in art, and knowing I was able to do that makes me happy. And that's not ego, bro. Ego is like I'm the best fucking artist in the world, and like I'm not gonna teach you anything because you don't deserve to know the secrets that I know. That's fucking ego. I don't have a Discord. Well, I do partner with an art community called Sakurai Art, and it's in the description. I'm pretty sure you can probably check any other video, to be honest. What is the best preset for brushes? That's a very vague question. It really depends on like everything. It literally depends on everything, like your resolution, your art style, everything. There's no one shoe fits all answer. It's not ego searching to fuck you. I remember seeing a Twitter post say like, we always clown on, or we always talk about some normal artists in my Discord and not in a good way. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Should you buy art? I legitimately want to know what people make fun of me about. Like, aside from me speaking. Because, like, I'm not trying... Like, this is still not egotistical, but I legit don't know how you could hate me. Like, I know, like, you can hate Critical because he's boring. Or Mudohar. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't hate Mudohar. I don't know. Maybe you can find his art boring. But, like, all I do is teach people how to draw. What did I do? Muda isn't boring, but maybe to some people, yeah. Should you buy art classes online? If so, which classes do you recommend? I've never bought an art class online. I've been really close to thinking about it, but I never have. Like, I don't know. The deadlines were far too tight for me. I mean, yeah. You have to be, like, really, really fucking dedicated to get art classes. I'm not that dedicated. Were you ever interested in doing contract commission work for like a big company video game? No, not really. Like I would like art like companies to just well, I guess this answers your question. Like if an art company like commissioned me to draw something for them, yeah, I tried to do it. Like I'm not very good at doing commissions. I feel like every commission I've done is like below like subpar of my quality of art. I feel like I'm always best drawing for myself. But like if a company were to commission me to draw something for them, I'd do it for money. Well, it's not free money because I'm fucking working, but you get what I mean. Like if Raid Shadow Legends like commissioned me $5,000 or like I would say $10,000. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. If they ever commissioned me for something, I would just like if a company ever commissioned me for anything, I would just fucking throw out a huge ass price, like $10,000. Do you sometimes feel sinful when drawing huge honkers? Nope, because I do it artistically. There's a difference between doing it gooner-wise and artistically. What's your motive for making art? I legit just want to be a well-known artist. Like an artist who draws really good, who's well-known. Like on the levels of Rosary, Sasuchi, fucking... I mean, those are the only two, because those are the ones I usually follow. Navi. I think your name is Navi Gavi. This may sound like there's competition, but there's not. But I wanna like be like the #1 anime artist. That'll never happen. I get it, but like it's a dream of mine, just to like surpass those who I've looked up to. And not in a bad way, just like in a like I want to be #1 kind of way, you know. Does posture play a huge part for artists? I don't know. I'm always drawing like this. I never really... Or maybe I do. I'm fucking up. Ash Ketchum? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. The Pokemon Master. You never read the note YouTube sent you with the 100K? What do you mean? Well, I mean, I read it personally. I didn't read it to people. Is shading with gray or black? Is shading with gray or black? Is shading with... Oh, no, it's not bad. There's a lot of art styles to shade with black. But you have to do it, like, in a right way. You can't just do it, like... let's say you had fucking blue right here. You can't do it like this. Yeah, it's like, people usually shade with black in, like, a persona kind of way. Where blacks usually, like... are, like, the darkest part of the ball. So, like that. That's, like, a way you could shade with black. When you are taking inspiration from other artists, how do you go about it? I try to mimic their art style, but I don't try to replicate what I'm seeing. So, like, let's bring up a hand that I referenced, I guess. Where's my character's hands? So something like this. I mean, maybe I did heavily inspire. Okay, so like I try to replicate this hand, but like not in the same way. So like she's not sticking up her fingers, but mine are. Her thumb's like that way, mine isn't. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of similarities. Like this part right here, as you can see, there's like a hand mark. Why am I using my fucking mouse? Like, there's like a hand mark right here, but mine also has that. Like I tried mimicking the hand shading. So when I go over, like when I am inspired by people, I try to not copy them. But it's like, okay, it's like, hey bro, can you not copy my homework? Sure. And then you do that. But I try to do it in a way where it's not noticeable. Like if you were to look at my hand, you wouldn't have never probably guessed that it came from this artist. Oh wait, actually, this is a good point. See? But I try to mix it up, you know? Like, I'm not having my character sit down like this. I'm having my character do, like, a different pose with that same kind of, you know, way. So, like, that way, like... And then after that, like, I don't usually do it, like, I don't heavily reference them again like that way. But, like, if I'm trying to do something new, I usually really heavily reference artists, but then I'm able to do it like on like by myself. So like this hand right here. Actually, let me see if I might have. Actually, I might have not. It might have not been this artist I referenced from. I don't think it was this artist I might have referenced from, but I referenced a different artist. Different. Maybe it was it this artist? I don't think so. Because I don't remember ever seeing like a hand that she had that was this way. I don't remember, to be honest. But but yeah, I think I saw like a different artist for like this hand, but I try to mimic this person's shading, so that way like I don't know. I guess that's how I do it. But I never trace. I would never trace. If I were to probably post this finger on this one, you can see that it's heavily referenced, but you can see that it isn't traced. Finger. Well, now I'm kind of incriminating myself because it kind of does look very similar. No, it's not traced. This one's longer, actually. Hold on. Nah, it's different. See, it's different. It's not traced. As you can see, this tip of the finger is longer, and then this one's kind of like more inside. And then the knuckles are different. As you can see, like this one has like a triangle one, while mine's more like rectangle. Yeah, dude, I'm kind of incriminating myself. Hold up. But, okay, but I don't trace, so. Like, you can clearly see these are two different fucking drawings. Bro, stop exposing yourself. It's over for me, bro. But yeah, I think I should probably stop referencing this artist because I don't want my art to get too similar. But bro, look at these fucking hands. Like, you cannot tell me that you wouldn't want to try to draw like that. And dude, like, it's so hard for me to do line art. Because, like, I try to do this person's line art. It's, like, very unique, but when I try to, like, mimic it, it's so hard to do. And I also love to draw wrinkles. Like, look at this shit. This shit wrinkly. My shit ain't wrinkly. But yeah, I really, like, if you were to tell me if I could steal any person's art style, it'd be this person. But now... Clearly Trace, you can see the backgrounds overlapping. I don't know any art courses I'd recommend. What do you do when you have a certain pose angle in mind but don't have a reference? I just fucking, I make one, bro. Like, I'll do like a silhouette of the drawing I want, so like, or like of the pose I want, so like, let's say like... Okay, let's say like, that's the fucking knee, and then that's like, this is the, like, the thigh. I think I should make it shorter to this side. This is their other, oh, hold on. Maybe it don't make more sense. I don't know. Wait, hold up. This is reminding me of the Sonic pose. The one where he has like his hands like this. I'll make a silhouette for the pose. Just so it feels more clear about what I want. What do I like to draw? I like to draw women. I think that's pretty obvious. Let me see what my mommy said when I asked her what kind of food I want. How did you get better at art? Basically what I was going over earlier, I would just like heavily reference a lot of artists I like. And then eventually like I was able to just kind of do what they do. Everyone has like a different, like, everyone learns at different rates. I think, you know, like my advantage is that I learn really fast. If I do something once, I'll be able to just like replicate it. I'll always be able to replicate it. And so what I do is like I heavily reference like artists that I really like, and I have like a, like they have like a way I really want to draw. I kind of like replicate it, but like in a different way. And I'll do it with another artist, and then another artist, and then that way I have, it's like a bunch of different ways that artists draw, combine it into one, and then that way you have a unique art style. My throat hurts so bad. We are getting Wendy's Baconator. Do you sketch with pencil first? I'm so confused. I'm confused on what you mean by that. Or are you talking to someone else? Cause oh, sorry, you're talking to someone else. What's the general link? I don't know. Wendy's is nasty? I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, I think it's the best burger place, but whatever you say. Do you ever draw men? I did draw something with another guy where I did draw a man. Let me show. I mean, it's not an anime art style. I don't know what style I want for men yet in terms of anime, but I did draw trying like a Valorant guy. Hold up. Where's my file? This guy. I drew this. It's a guy, but it's not an anime guy, so I don't know if it really answers your question. I did make this guy. I don't really like him, but I mean I made him. How do you usually pick your color palettes? I just kind of think about what drawing, like what color I want. So let's say I'm feeling like a little blue. And then I'll just circle my, I don't know. I don't really think about my color palette that much. Unless you mean like shading. Then I've already gone over that. Yeah, it's supposed to be like from Valorant. I did a collab with a YouTuber named Skymix. So, that's how you spell it. If you want to learn more about like my drawing process, well, I don't really talk about the drawing process. I talk about more about creating the character. Oh, sorry. I don't know why. Yeah. Check out that artist, because I made a video with him. It's his newest video. What canvas size do you use? Okay, so I use 4,000 by 4,000. And I draw close up. Usually I'll draw, like, let's say my full sketch like this. And then I'll zoom out and expand it. Then I'll zoom back in. And then if like the head is like at a good space that I want to sketch in, then I'll leave it. But if it's like, if I want the head to be bigger, then I'll expand the canvas to kind of compensate for that. Do you believe that after a lot of time practicing, an artist suddenly has an awakening where their skill levels up instantly? No, I don't think so. I think people progress slowly, but they don't really notice it until they look back. Like, let me see. Okay, maybe because here, I'll show you two drawings that I had that were back to back. I had this drawing. But before that drawing, I had this drawing. I mean, no. Yeah, as you can see, it's like a slow progress. I would say this is like the first art piece that like I truly enjoy, that I truly like. But here was the drawing before that. And then here's the drawing after. Like, as you can see, like, I don't know. This one looks more professional than this one. I mean, and of course it's not fucking finished, so I can't really say. The last actual finished piece I had was this one. And quote-unquote finished. I never posted it because I never really liked it. So maybe. Let me take off all these filters. Oh, that's the character. Dude, there's so many post-processing effects. Holy shit. So maybe. This was the actual last finished drawing I had before this one. Do a 360 flip on the canvas? The fuck you mean, like this? The range from women with big boobs to the Valorant drawing is insanely far. LMAO, I wouldn't have guessed you made that if it was shown to me without context. I mean, I was pretty surprised that I drew it myself, not to toot my own fucking horn, but, you know, I was pretty impressed by the way I drew it. No, it wasn't on Instagram. It was on Instagram for, like, a little bit before, like, you know, I took it off. I didn't really like it that much. But, you know, this is, like, the last first drawing I had. Or, like, the last full drawing I had. And then this, and then this one was, like... That was, like, the last sketch I had. I never finished it, though. I like the heel. I like the feet, though. Yeah, I get it. Stop talking about feet. Fuck you. But I really like this character's, like, the way the heels cross. And I love, like, the shapes that I used for it. But I just don't like... I don't know. It's really hard for me to finish drawings, to be honest. I lose interest so fast. I used to be the one that, like... I used to be one where, like, I couldn't start a new piece unless I finished my... Like, the one I was currently working on. And, like... I lost that. I don't know what happened to it. But I used to be, like, a lot like that. But no, I can't do that anymore. I lose interest. Like, this is when I drew Annoying Orange as a anime girl. That was a long time ago, by the way. What is the last full body drawing I had? It was this one, actually. This was 2011, by the way. And I've never drawn any characters standing up since. This is legitimately the last, like, full body standing drawing I had. I've never had, like, their feet showing and it was, like, a full illustration. I do not like feet. Bro, I would give you 50K and will you drop me the has-been I'll tell bitches deal? Alright, bet. I'm down. Dude, if Verbalace asked me that, I'd take that deal any day. Like, Verbalace, I am your I am your soldier, bro. I am your strongest soldier. Are you planning on making a story of your characters? I mean, I like writing. Like, I thought it was interesting. When I was making that one Valorant character, it was interesting writing his lore, but, like, I don't know. I'd like to make a story with my characters, but, you know, it's too much effort. I'm not a very good story writer anyway, so. I gotta guzzle down the slurp juice. Okay, I never thanked you for the $1, I think. Thank you for the $1. Have you ever tried the character's upper... Oh, you're talking to someone else. I'm wondering what your Pinterest looks like. You could talk to someone else because I don't like Pinterest. How long does it take you to study an artist to draw like them? It depends on how much I'm drawing. If I'm drawing a lot, not that much. But if I'm like rarely drawing, probably a little long. I mean, it took me a while to finally like be able to draw hands the way the other person did. So like, that's AI art. My bad. If you were not here for that previous discussion. Oh wait, it's right here. It's right here. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, I don't know why that happened. You're not facing the mic. I don't care. So like, here's like my first imitation of the hand. Here's my last. What other hands do I have that are fully rendered? I don't think I have any more fully rendered hands, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. This is a drawing from a while ago. I didn't like it. It was some person's OC, so I feel bad. But yeah, that was my other imitation of it. I think those are the only hands I drew that reference that one artist. I do have a lot of unfinished art. Holy shit. Is it okay if we use AI as a reference and copy? You see, that is a very hard question to answer. Go with your morals. If you feel like it's copying, then don't do it. But you see, I did it. Hold up. I was doing it for a video. So I still gotta finish it. Here's the other drawing of that character. Oh, this is web.p. Oh, here it is. I even fucking hold up. Wait, they had another. I even tried like mimicking what was on their shirt. It just says, I mean, like it's just random nonsense, but to me it just said Dirk, so I just tried writing Dirk. Yeah, that's what I said. I said computers can't sue me. What are they gonna do? I'm just gonna take like some dude. Some dude was posting AI art on Patreon. Like, luckily that the Patreon only had like one supporter, and it was probably his mom. But I just stole one of his fucking Patreon pictures, and I was just gonna copy it. I was going to do that until I found this character. Like, this character I thought looked nicer, so I was gonna copy her. Is that like a cross? Like for Jesus die? I think it was supposed to be a plus. I think that's what the computer was seeing it as, but it just decided to make it longer. Bro, admitted to stealing? You fucking know it, bro. I'll steal from any computer. Or I'll steal from any fucking AI, bro. Dude, I just realized I was supposed to do fucking homework. I might stop streaming once my food gets here. So, yeah. I want to stream more. Yeah, I mean, people like it. The only tough part is that not everyone knows that I just randomly stream. Like out of almost 300k people, only 150 viewers showed up. Like I'm not dissing you, or I'm not complaining about that. Like, dude, like I love having anything like over 100. Like I love that. But like compared to like how many subscribers I have, it's clear that not everyone knows that I live stream. So I'd be happy to like live stream more so people get like, so people know that I live stream and try to like watch them. 270? No, it says I have 140. I would assume that my analytics are more updated than yours. Unless you're talking about the amount of subs I have. I don't know. I don't even know you. YouTube just recommended the stream and I clicked, but your art is good though. Thank you. I don't know why YouTube just recommended me to you. I thought they just recommended me to like my actual subscribers. Yeah, I don't blame you. You left for like 4 to 6 months and then came back randomly with a live stream. Yeah. Like when the stream first started, I only had 20 viewers. But that grew over time. Like in the beginning, let's say like, I think an hour. Oh, no, never mind. Like 30 minutes after I streamed, I got 90. Then like 2 hours after, I got like I peaked 200. So, well, I'm not sub. Just saw you popped in my algorithm stream on YouTube. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. I hope you sub and watch my videos. Yeah. But it's weird. Yeah, I didn't think YouTube just recommended me to random people. I have a question. I'm trying to learn this stylize the body like you, and I'm having a dilemma. Some people recommend practicing body parts separately, while others suggest. My tip is, I have no idea. I would recommend drawing full bodies. Do you like full bodies? That's kind of my tip. I learned a lot by making full illustrations and like having a list of what I need to practice and then carrying that over to like my next illustration. So like, if I did, all right, let's say, okay, what would I improve on after I do this illustration? I'm 100% happy with how this turned out. What I would do is maybe make, okay, this sounds very vague, but it's just like, what am I going to focus on? I'm very happy with how the hair turned out. I'm very happy with how the hands turned out. Maybe I'll fix the way I do nails next time. Maybe the line art, I'll try to like adjust my line art a little bit more. Line art's really tough for me. Next time, I'll try to do like a better pose, focusing more on empty space. I want to be more dynamic with my art. And then I want to add more realistic clothing. Like more folds and like make folds feel more realistic. Because like, let's be real, this isn't really that realistic. But it looks nice. I don't merge my layers. Yeah, unless you're talking about this isn't my art. It's the computer's art. Some dude decided to type in words and made that. Who's my favorite anime artist? I've said it before. I'll name drop. Oh, I'm always spelling her name differently. But I make a list of everything I want to improve, and over time, maybe I'm like improving on. Maybe it's not like I'm improving on one thing and then I'll master that one thing. It's more like I'm improving on a bunch of different things, and then over time they'll get more refined. And I think that's like a fine way of doing it. Yeah, trial and error, dude. That's literally all what art is. You figure out what works and what doesn't. That's really what it is. Like, you do one thing, you finish one thing, and then you're like, dude, I just did not like the way I did this. Next time, now you have a reference of like what you didn't like, and you'll like know to avoid it. So maybe I'll bring up, if I have the courage to bring up one of my failed drawings. Let's see. I want to open this one that says bunny, but I'm scared what it's going to be. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a good example. All right. Let me open now the current bunny that I have. All right, you know what? No, I'll just use this as an example. So, like, I don't like the pose. Ignore the boobies. But, I don't like the pose. Like, I don't like the way I drew the face. Like, this face was supposed to be, like, a quick sketch. But I didn't like it. I'm like, the eyes are missing something. They don't feel good. And it's a failed drawing, of course. Even LeBron misses layups, bro. Like, it's about to happen. I'm about to make something that looks like shit. So I'm like, I don't like the eyes. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened here, but like the eyes just turned out super bad. I don't know what happened. So now I'm just gonna use it as a reference for what not to do. Like right here, the eyes look super nice. Like I love it. Because I made sure not to do what I did here. Like I don't know what I fucking did. I don't like it, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't look like it. I have this. What I don't like about this drawing is how kind of boring the pose looks. Like, everything from like, I don't know, the pose just doesn't feel good to me. I don't know why, but next time I try to do something similar to this, I'll make sure not to do this. The foot looks bad because I'm missing, like, if you think about it, I'm missing an entire portion of her fucking leg. Like, this is just like, let's say you have this leg. So like this is the knee. You're missing, like I'm missing this entire part. I also don't like the way her face looks. Of course I fixed this. The next time I drew her face, you know, now it looks better. Here, let me see if I have her glasses. See, like she just, like to me she didn't look right. I don't know what it could have been, but I'll make sure next time it doesn't look like this. And I mean, which one looks better, of course? The left or the right one? The left one, of course. It looks better. What's another field drawing I have? That's about all I have. But here, always think to yourself, LeBron always misses even LeBron misses some layups. That's like a good quote to live by. Because, if you don't like a drawing, I mean, okay, something that people always say is if you don't like a drawing, just force yourself to finish it. I don't believe in that. I feel like that's a very easy way to burn yourself because you're drawing something you don't like at that point. What I'd say is restart the drawing, but save the other one and use it as a reference of what you didn't like about it. I think that way, like, it'll be easier to kind of know what you're going for. Don't force yourself to finish something that looks bad. Try to do it again, but think to yourself, what didn't I like about this drawing? I didn't like the pose. Maybe I didn't like the pose. Maybe I didn't like the way I did the eyes. Like here, I didn't like the way I did the eyes. The eye, not that one, this one. Let me half and half it. Like I just didn't like the way I did the eyes. I don't know why. The makeup looks pretty bad. Well, no, actually, no, that's nitpicking. But the shape of the eyes didn't look good. These ones feel more sleek, more slim. That feels nice. This has like an almond shape to it, which I don't really like. This one's more almond, but it feels more sharp. But, yeah. It's kind of like my advice. Might not work for everyone, but that's kind of just like what my tip is. Here, I'll also do both the bunnies that I hate. Or like, So what happened that I didn't like? Okay, do I have all the sketch? Oh, well, the sketch looked better. What the fuck? Alright, I'm guessing it's one of those moments where the sketch just looks better. I guess I just wasn't having a day, I don't know, I guess I just wasn't having like a drawing day. Everything I drew looked ass. But these are basically two different versions of the same drawing. Let me bring up her old face. I think her old face will kind of convey this better. I just didn't like the posing of the right. The right, I don't know why. I have like a very picky eye when it comes to posing. To me, like, this feels forced. I don't know why. I don't know why it could be. But to me, this pose feels forced. To me, this feels more natural. Like, you could definitely see like a person doing that kind of pose. But like, if you're trying to do this kind of pose in real life, you really have to, somebody would have to tell you to do that pose for you to do it. But in this one, like, somebody could be doing this pose like right now at this moment. The one on the left looks flat. I mean, you could think that. I think differently. Of course, like, probably because, like, this girl's happier and, like, she's pouring glass on herself and she's, like, has the champagne. It might look more dynamic to you. But to me, like, it just feels forced, you know? I don't like that. But to me, this just feels more natural. Yes, it might look more boring, but to me, it just feels more natural. And I kind of want that more for my art. For, like, a natural kind of pose, you know? Like, you know, I don't know. And, like, I don't like the 3/4. Like, to me, this isn't a bash on anyone, but I think 3/4, to me, okay, this only applies to my art. I think 3/4 is a boring angle. I feel like I do it too much and that it's just kind of standard, you know? But, to here, like, she's kind of looking a little bit to the left and her body's kind of, like, looking a little bit to the right. Like, a little bit. Not that much, but a little bit. It's not like the default this head pose. And that's kind of what this is. This one feels more like, you know, natural. It's a little bit skewed, but not a lot. Heading off now, but thanks for the advice on drawing methods. I went ahead, subbed, and tried to catch up. Thank you. Thank you, Binotter. To you. I appreciate for this sub. Maybe it's the shoulder / posture. I don't know. It could be anything. But, oh, it also could be that there's not, like, to me, there's not enough empty space. Like, her hand is here, but, like, it's being covered by her boob. But, like, here, like, I mean, I could probably improve here, but there's some empty space right here, and there's empty space right here. So, like, it feels like there's more clarity to the drawing. And this also, maybe it's also that this kind of pose lacks direction, because I feel like her pouring out two substances is kind of too much. I feel like it's good to, like, do either one or the other. Either she's pouring it on herself or she's pouring out the booze. But not both. Dude, what is with you in that one drawing, bro? I'm never finishing that. My art doesn't even look like that anymore. Here, let me fucking show. Like, I can't even finish it anymore because it's like, it's not even what my art looks like anymore. Oh, well, I mean, I could probably just, like, go over it. But I'm never finishing it, bro. It's over for her. I like the idea of capturing the characters you draw candidly as if they were real people. Yeah, see, that's kind of like what I want. I want my characters to feel, yeah, like as you said, candidly. I don't know what that word means, but I can kind of inference what that means. But as if they were real people. I don't like doing okay, this pose is pretty exaggerated, I guess you could say. But I don't want the, I don't know. Like, okay, let's go back to the other pose. I don't know. It's like one of those things where you see it but you can't explain it and you don't know why. My food's almost here, which means I gotta get off. Like, if you saw it in real life, not just model posing, yeah, basically. Can you demonstrate real quick how you create your mannequin face? How you create your mannequin? Oh, like my guidelines? I think I usually, hold up, let me... I don't, do I? I mean, I kind of like usually just draw like a pose real quick. This is kind of like the... Okay, I kind of get what you mean now. So like these are the hips. And then like for like the legs, I usually use like curviness. Like let's say if she's standing up, I'll use like. So like for the bottom half of legs, I'll do something, or like for the thigh, I'll do that. For the bottom half of the legs, I'll do something like that. For the arms, I usually try to use, curves. Usually curves that are like opposite from each other, so like that. Nothing like this, but like usually like something like that, maybe. And then sometimes I'll use straight lines. That's kind of what I do for posing. All right, I'm gonna get off. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm very grateful that you guys still stick around despite me not streaming for 4 months. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. If the stars align, wait, did I say anything? Dude, I made a joke last stream and I got a warning, like a copyright warning for it. Not a copyright, but like a YouTube guideline warning for it. It was pretty stupid. Kind of hoping I said nothing this stream that will do that again. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys. Who fucking knows when.